What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. There's been some interesting developments in a story that I had pretty much left behind and decided that everything about this individual that needed to be said had been said, and that it was important we still focused on the censorship and the locking of numerous accounts on Twitter, rather than this person's bizarre, sordid past. This person is, of course, Eliza Bleu, but now her story has taken some really, really wild turns, some twists and turns that I'm not even sure I could have anybody could have ever predicted. She's gone full heel turn now after seemingly panicking. Now that Tim Pool has spoken out about it and Candace Owens seems to be covering it, now she's up to some serious games. And speaking of games, I've got an absolutely wonderful one for you to check out, Mech Arena. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Mech Arena. Maybe you've seen me play the game on my live streams recently or heard me talk about it in other videos, but I absolutely love the game. There's so much you can do inside of it. You can go spend all day looking through a huge variety of mechs, weapon combinations, different pilots. You can play different modes, whether it's capture point, 5v5, or 2v2. There's tournaments and so much more. You can play the game on your Android or iOS device and on desktop. And there's a load of things happening right now in the game, including the new clan feature, a new battle mode called Free For All, which I know you'll love, and a new weapon called the Nade Launcher. There's also some really cool upcoming events that are going to drop some limited edition skins and other new gear. I highly recommend you jump in and get yourself acquainted with the game before it all kicks off. And the best part of Mech Arena is that it's completely free to play on Android, iOS, and PC. And you can use my personal link or scan the QR code right up here to get a free starter pack worth $30, Rocket Motor 6, and Amateur Crate and Skin to help kickstart your game. And of course, if you're quick, you can add me as a friend. My username is Colt's Dad. Don't hesitate. Give Mech Arena a try today. I think you'll absolutely love the game. Give the game a try. It's heading into the weekend now, so if you've got some time, you can play with me. I play on stream a couple times a month too, so I'm looking forward to seeing you in the game. Now, there is this tweet thread that came out that is potentially damaging, which is, of course, why I archived it, like I archive everything. But it says, "Today I have decided to change my story as a survivor." Okay, perhaps she's going to admit that maybe everything you said wasn't true. But no, she doubles down. "I have now been taken advantage of a third time on a massive digital scale." By the way, I have no idea what like the comments are like this because obviously I'm blocked, but I imagine they are not kind. It's called image-based essay, IBSA. IBS. "Every individual who knowingly profited off this content without my consent has become my abuser." So now she's calling me in particular and other YouTubers abusers. Now, this is a libelous statement in my opinion, of course, and I have passed this on to my lawyer, who's already working on some other stuff. And I think this takes it up an additional notch because this is extraordinarily concerning, a very serious claim. And again, I want to remind everybody, this is all because one of nearly a half dozen rap videos that featured this woman, she didn't want people to know about, apparently. Again, there are a half dozen others, all of which I have archived, of course, and downloaded, of her getting paid to dance in these low-budget world star hip-hop videos. Again, I don't think any of that discredits the work that she's allegedly doing these days. It's been her totally bizarre reaction to it. It's not, I mean, these other videos, I guess, are still up right now. I haven't seen them go down. I've got a second story today about YouTube siding and then giving some advice to the creators that need to maybe take this legal. But again, none of these images existed without consent. World Star Hip Hop came out and said, nope, we paid her. We own these videos. And so she continues. You didn't fight censorship. You fought to exploit me. Look, if you had here's the funniest thing, okay? You did it to me, okay? I never would have covered this story, almost certainly, if you didn't lock my Twitter account and abuse the Twitter copyright system and seemingly, in my opinion, your connections with Eliza Irwin, the head of VP of Trust and Safety at Twitter. Now, it might have warranted a tweet to free the original account that you locked, which was Brittany Venti, but I would not have made a video on it. And I would not have certainly made all required update videos after that fact. But you kept doing things that were warranting coverage. You are a public figure. You are very popular in my space with other content creators. So no, I absolutely fought against censorship and still stand against it. That is what started all of this. I have no interest whatsoever in profiting off of your images. They're gross, okay? But then now you're making a very, very serious claim about me, and that's an issue. She also says these suggestive content. She says that she was, unrobed or whatever, but no, that's an outfit she chose to wear in the video. / suggestive content without my consent. I don't need your consent. This is a music video that you were paid for. It's in the public sphere. It has been for over a half a decade. I don't need to write and ask your permission to say, this is an interesting video. And she says, if you would have asked, I wouldn't have consented. Doesn't matter. You believe that I consented previously so you can take my body and use it for your gain. Did you sue, I believe the artist was Q-Tip. Did you sue him? Did you sue World Star Hip Hop for using your body? Did you accept a payment for it? World Star Hip Hop says that you did. World Star Hip Hop says that you consented, you signed forms, and you were paid for that. All right? Everybody on the internet has every right to share that image. It's a public video that you consented to be in. Now, it's not like, let's make the actual not mid-wit argument here. Let's say it was something that was done without your consent, okay? And people said, well, it's in the public sphere, so I get to share it. That's a little dicier. If something was shared without her permission, I don't think, like, let's say an ex-boyfriend or something shared something and she wanted to take that down. I think that is a different argument. I think I have a lot more sympathy for that. But when you start saying, when you were paid to be in this, when there's a half a dozen other videos that were exactly like it, you lose all credibility if you had any whatsoever to begin with. She continues, so to prove that I am not a survivor, many made me a victim again. You can never say that I'm not a survivor of exploitation now because you made me one again. Wow. What an interesting take. You didn't fight to expose government malfeasance or tech censorship. I actually did. I still have a huge issue with Eliza Irwin and Twitter Trust and Safety's of a banning of accounts, and now in particular YouTube taking down videos as well. This is something I'm going to cover later today, and I continue to cover and tweet support for Brittany Venti, who remains locked out of her account unlawfully, I might add. So the replies are just absolutely brutal. You say, okay, Eliza, wink, wink, nod, nod, honk, honk. Sure, you're being trafficked by internet trolls. You deserve everything you're getting right now. Honest question, did you not give consent to World Star Hip Hop? Girl, are you serious? I just think and there is like an enormous amount of people are just like, okay, now you've just really blown up all your credibility. Tree of Logic tweets, I want you to know that no one posted Eliza Bleu's, spicy photos. This is a lie. The images are posted online are from hip hop videos where she was a proud video vixen. Again, She put out several videos saying she was very excited that these videos were out there. She put out a video where she called her mom to brag that she was doing these things. All of this, of course, I have archived and downloaded, and I've shared multiple times in my Eliza Bleu files. She was fully clothed and posing, provocatively. She was not trafficked. She's conflating escort work with this. I think that and then Frank Pellegrino writes, I don't get this thing. It's scantily clad, sure, provocatively, sure, but it's a sneaky, manipulative way to try and make it seem worse than it actually was. I mean, I don't really even understand. She literally bragged about searching for the owner of World Star Hip Hop and proposing, a new, proposing that he put her in the video. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do some thinking over the weekend. I've obviously already been thinking about the tortious interference that has been, that many creators have suffered at the hands of this woman, being barred from their legally, their legal right to their Twitter Blue subscriptions. And now this is where she's basically saying, now you guys are all, going after me. You see a lot of people here. Marissa Hanson, this is just insulting to actual survivors. It must be a nice, easy way to grift. Here's Candace Owens. This is just wow. Just finished recording my podcast episode. She's on full spiral. I assume that, it's just, I think now she's taken her heel turn and she's just like, okay, whatever. I'm going to play the victim and I'm going to still stay in everybody's mind. I really, really didn't want to cover any of her more antics, but now she's making a direct claim against myself and other content creators, a wild one indeed, one that I think deserves a legal response from many people. I mean, I think one would be warranted if people felt like they, felt like doing it. So it's going to be an interesting weekend. I'm going to have another talk and figure out if this is worth it or not. Right now, obviously, I'm mostly interested in the interference, the tortious interference that exists for every creator that was paying for Twitter Blue and had their accounts taken away from them. If you need a little shortcut, buddies and pals, for best path to, getting, made whole. But yeah, it's wild. The whole thing is wild. Here's Bojack says the internet is forever. I'm going to make that your problem. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please do make sure you click that subscribe button down below wherever you're watching. And I'm pushing hard for 1.5 million subscribers. We're very, very close. So I'm hoping that you'll help me reach that goal. And we'll talk to you again real soon.